In this video, we're going to learn how to make a pinch pot and to fit it as a lid to our canopic jar. So to make a pinch pot, you're going to need a chunk of clay and a rubber kidney. So your chunk of clay should be about the size of a handball. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to smooth all the cracks out of it and we're going to turn it into a sphere. Now it's important as we do this that we don't play with it too much because we don't want our clay to dry out. So once we've got a sphere, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it should be fairly close. It should fit nicely in our palm. So I'm going to hold it in my hand. I'm going to use the thumb of my opposite hand to press into the center of that ball. And we're going to press into our palm, and you should be able to feel the pressure of your thumb on your other hand. Don't go too thin, don't go all the way through. You'll feel that pressure change. Once we've pressed into the center, we're going to start by pinching that top edge. That's why it's called a pinch pot. So we're going to use all 4 fingers and our thumb, and we're going to start along that top edge. Now, remember when you see cracks, you have to smooth them straight away. We don't want them to form. And remember, the minimum thickness of your clay is 1 finger. So I'm going to make sure that I don't go thinner than 1 finger around that top edge. I see another crack and I'm going to smooth it. Now what a lot of people do is they pinch it right down really tiny. We don't want to do that. We want to keep it the thickness of our finger all the way around. Now that I've got that top edge done, I'm going to turn my attention to the lower part of the bowl. We want it the same thickness all the way around every part of that clay. So I'm going to continue pushing and pinching and squeezing that clay until it is the thickness of 1 finger everywhere, checking the base to make sure you haven't missed anywhere. And once I've got it pretty close, I'm going to give it a tap on the table. You'll see that some parts come out a little bit fatter, so I'm just going to squeeze them down to the right size as well. And then I'm just going to smooth it. You can use your fingers, you can use a rubber kidney. We're just going to smooth that bowl just to make it look a little bit nicer. And that's it, that's your pinch pot complete. So now we're going to fit it as a lid to our canopic jar. So we're going to grab our jar, and to make it fit, we need to make sure that the circumferences are the same. You can see it's a little bit small here. So I need to push and stretch my lid a little bit. Now I'm not squeezing it here. The thickness remains the same. I'm just pushing out that circle until it gets a little bit wider, until it's pretty much the same size. A little bit further, smoothing any cracks that you see. Don't make it any thinner. Just push out that circle until it's a little bit wider. The thickness of your finger all the way around, really important. Give it a tap so it's nice and flat. So you smooth any cracks that you see and see if it's going to fit our jar without dropping it on the table like I did. So we're going to sit our lid on top of our jar, and we're just going to use our hands just to squeeze those 2 circles. They should be the same. And once it fits, we're going to use our rubber kidney just to gently smooth that outside of our lid. And when we have a look at it, you can see that it's actually a little bit wonky. It's a bit uneven. So we're just going to press gently, just squeeze it in until it's a nice even shape all the way around, smoothing the inside as well. So once I've got that nice and smooth, I'm just going to pop it back onto my jar and just use my palms, rotating my jar, just keep it nice and even all the way around, and you can see that that fits our jar very nicely. And that's it, we are done.